I'll introduce myself first. I'm Connie from Faff Designs. So I'm a furniture painter and I'm live on YouTube. I've never done a live on YouTube before. I'm hoping you can hear me because I've got a mic on, because I've got a lot of background noise. I've got the windows and doors open and there's birds. Also, a little disclaimer, usually on my lives, the door knocks, the dogs bark, something happens. So just a warning, that could happen. If anybody's watching, say hello. I've done lives on all of the other platforms except TikTok. TikTok scares me. But I've never done a live. Oh, there you are. Hello, Linda. I've never done a live on YouTube, and I thought about it a while ago. Can you hear me, Linda? Can you hear me? Is the sound okay? Hello. I thought about it a while ago, and then did it, like, put it on my to-do list, and then kind of forgot about it. And then I was talking to some painting pals this morning, and yeah, it kind of brought the idea to the forefront of my mind again. And I thought, you know, I'm just going to do it. Just going to do it. So I'm Connie. Like I said at the start, I'm from Faff Designs. That's my business name. I'm a furniture painter. I've been a furniture painter for about 6 or 7 years now. You can hear me loud and clear. Excellent. Excellent news. Yeah, it's actually coming up to 7 years now. Crikey. First of all, I started out part-time while I had a part-time job and my little boy was a baby. And then it kind of went from there. And then I quit my job and went full-time. And I'm also a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle Paint. So what that means is I work exclusively with Dixie Belle products, and I create content and techniques and create awareness of products that Dixie Belle sell. And I work really, really closely with Dixie Belle in a really small group of other brand ambassadors, all of which are on YouTube, and you should go and check them out. I'm sure I can drop comments afterwards, but I'll link all of their YouTubes below. Teamwork is dream work, as they say. And yeah, I'm a brand ambassador for Hello Shabby Nook. Shabby Nook is actually the person that I was talking to this morning, aka Sharina. So she is actually a Dixie Belle retailer, amongst lots of other products and lovelies. Her shop is based locally, literally about 20 minutes away from me in Burton-on-Trent, and basically sells a load of homeware, giftware, gorgeous decor stuff, interior kind of thing, right up my street. Every time I go, I spend a lot of money. That's why I don't go. So yeah, go and check her out as well, her shop. But yeah, as a brand ambassador, I work really closely with Dixie Belle to product development, product knowledge, create awareness of products, and everything that you see me use is Dixie Belle stuff. And I always say, hi, I'm Connie from Faff Designs. I'm also a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle. A lot of people don't know what a brand ambassador is. We don't sell the products. We're not stockists. We just use them exclusively. And yeah, I haven't visited in ages, Sharina. I know, I'm so sorry. I will. I need to bring some pennies with me. I need some more of those soap things and the smelly wax things and the smelly pouches. I love me a smelly pouch. Mine's still going strong. It's in my kitchen. It smells delicious. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. I'm not going to bang on too much about me because I'm going to show you what I'm working on this week, which is, and obviously you can watch this on the replay. I'm pretty sure I can load it as a video and you can watch it on the replay. I think. Can you? I don't know. YouTube's funny because I haven't been on here for a while. Walk here while my van is off the road. Yeah, all right. I'll see you about tea time tonight. I suppose I could bike it. It wouldn't take me long to bike it. It'd probably be quicker to bike it than it would to drive it because the traffic in Burton is atrocious, isn't it? So I don't frequent Burton very often because of the traffic. But yeah, I need to pop in and say hello to you, don't I, at some point. So that's who I am. That's what I do. So I'm a full-time furniture painter. I work here in this tiny little place that I call my workshop, which is actually It's a conservatory attached to my house. I'll spin you around. Are you ready for... Well, basically, this is behind me is a fake wall. So this is where I do all of my recording and staging. And you can see, obviously, there's the gap. That's because there's a window behind me. That's a window blocked in. Because when I first started painting, I needed somewhere to stage. And my house is quite small and it's a really, really odd shape. It's really weird. There's not very many straight sort of walls. And all my walls have got... junk on them, furniture. I'm a bit eclectic and a bit maximalist, so I've got a lot of stuff, and that stuff is mainly junk, but it's my stuff and I like it. So yeah, I needed a staging wall, so that is my fake staging wall. I need to sort that gap out. It drives me nuts when the sun shines through there. And also you can see the gap at the top. It's just plasterboard. It's just a piece of plasterboard, 2 pieces of plasterboard fixed on with wooden framework behind it, and then I painted it white. And that's my staging wall. That's as technical as it gets. I've also got a little bit of a fake floor going on. So you can see there, I wanted as pale a floor as I could get for staging. But here, hello, it finishes and I've got a tiled area, which is actually the proper floor, and I've dropped that much stuff on it, furniture, drills, heavy pieces of equipment, that quite a lot of the tiles have broken. So one day we will replace the floor, but it gets paint all over it, so there we go. I'll spin you around for a 360. So I've got a little curtain hanging up, that I just pull that over because sometimes the sun's so bright, obviously with it being a conservatory. There's a full window behind me, which is excellent for natural lighting, for staging. I don't use artificial lighting for staging. I'm very lucky that I have light coming from one side. And then, oh, don't look here. I've got furniture, a lot of paint, a lot of Dixie Belle paint. I've got all the Dixie Belle paint. So I've got silk. Andy made me these shelves to house all of my staging stuff, my paint, and all those kind of things. So I've got all the silk colours here. Then I've got chalk mineral paint here and here. Over there I've got all the waxes and things like that. And then I've got some props and things like that. More furniture. The one thing I could not be without, which is my Festool sanding thing. And that's about it. Don't look in that corner. That's the corner of doom. It's an absolute disaster over there at the minute. But I am hoping to put a little kind of perch over there as a bit of a desk so I can do all my video editing and stuff. Because at the minute I sit at the kitchen table. And then the other way, that's my kitchen. This thing is waiting to be stripped from wax and painted. Still waiting to do that. It's been on the to-do list for a couple of months now. But that's my kitchen in there. You can see... my dog's asleep. I've got 4 dogs in total. Bella. Bella. She's just looking at me as if to say, no. Bella, come here. Bella. Bella. She's really obedient as well. She's really obedient. Bella, come here. Bella. 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 Has anyone seen Alan Partridge where he calls Dan about 1 million times and he gets ignored? That's what that dog's doing to him now. She's just looking at me as if to say, no. I have just taken them on a massive dog walk, so she's probably tired. But that is my kitchen. That's where I decided to start painting my door frame and then change my mind. I am painting my door frames, but I'm not painting it that colour. And that's it. And my dog has just completely left me hanging there. It's like when you go in for someone with a high five and they don't end up giving you a high five and you kind of have to sort of go... like that. So that's the grand tour, the not so grand tour I should say actually. But that's me, that's my little space, that's where I create everything. I don't have a fancy workshop, I don't have fancy equipment. That's it. Oh, I've got the only fancy equipment I've got is my camera. That is all of my YouTube videos get filmed on that. And that's it. That's it. So that's me, that's my workshop, and this is what I'm doing this week. This will be a piece that I'm basically filming this for YouTube. So the complete transformation will be on my channel. I think it'll be towards the end of this week. I say it's that. Is it Wednesday already? I don't understand where the days go. But yeah, this will be on my channel as a complete video towards the end of the week. But I just thought I'd give you a little sneak peek at what I'm doing. So it's a bureau. It's really cute. I picked this up from a charity shop. I say my mum did. My van's off the road. Long story. It's solid oak. It's really pretty. I don't know if you can see the bottom there. It's really pretty, and I have completely stripped the dark varnish off this, inside out, everywhere. And then I've stained it, so you can see it's now a pale oak kind of colour. So I've stained it with a brand new colour of stain. It's a water-based stain, super easy to use. And it's this bad boy. It's called Dixie Belle's Voodoo Gel Stain in the colour Au Naturel. And it's really, really easy to use. I've used it on a couple of projects now, one of which is already on my YouTube channel. That was a pair of antique pine bedside tables that were a little bit orangey toned. So I used that stain to kind of make it more a pale sort of pine. So that's on there if you want to go and have a look with that. And then I had so many questions saying, would this work on oak? Would this work on da-da-da? And so I thought, do you know what? I'll grab a solid piece of oak furniture and I'll strip it and I'll stain it just to show people what that stain looks like over oak. And it is bloody lovely, if I say so myself. I really like oak anyway. Oak's lovely. And yeah, it's starting to look pretty good. So to contrast the pale colour oak, I have also painted a little bit of the inside of this bureau. Just wanted to have like a little pop of colour, just to kind of contrast against that really sort of pale wood tone. And also, obviously on a writing desk, you have like the drop down leaf lid bit, whatever it's called. And you've got the leather pad here. That was a little bit worse for wear. Let me see if I can make you go higher. And then, can you tilt down? No, my tripod does not do that. It does not allow that. There we go. You just have to go there and I'll have to peep in from the corner. So this was the leather pad, and it was probably the thing that was most battered on the bureau. The bureau itself was actually in very good condition. Didn't need any repair work or anything. I just sort of cleaned and sanded it, and it was good to stain basically, which was nice. This leather pad was the brown colour wasn't the best. It wasn't the nicest tone, and also it probably wouldn't have gone. Probably would have made it look a little bit dated still. So I thought, if I'm painting the inside pockets in this pretty greeny sort of aqua colour, then I'm going to paint the leather pad in the same colour as well to kind of match. I'm still undecided whether I should put any kind of stencil detail or whether I should just leave it completely plain. I'm really not sure at this point, to be honest. I'm going to make it up as I go and wing it. But if you've got any suggestions about what I could do with this, do you think a little stencil? Do you think leave it plain? Sometimes plain can work. Keep it plain and simple. Not sure. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Nonetheless, it's had one coat of paint on. It needs two, regardless of what I'm going to be doing over the top of it. If I am going to put a little stencil around the edge maybe, it's still going to need 2 coats of paint on this. So I'm using a Dixie Belle sanding sponge. These are equivalent to 220 grit, but I've used this to sand some other bits and bobs, so it's losing its kind of roughness. So this is now perfect for giving like a light scuff sand in between coats to just make sure that that surface is really, really smooth. So this had 1 coat of paint on it last night, not actually long before I went to bed because I just couldn't help myself. I was just too excited. So I'm just going to lightly sand this, just because when I run my hand over it, you can kind of feel it's not, there's no sort of bits in it, but it's a bit rough. And when you sand in between silk or in between any paint, it makes it like butter, like really, really smooth. So I'm just going to sand really lightly. And the difference that's made, just a really little sand it's really, really made that smooth. There's a bit more there. So yeah, that's made a massive difference. And any little kind of rough bits that you can feel, I don't know if you can see that, I don't know if it's too high. Any rough bits that you can feel have now gone. So before you paint, just make sure you rub over the surface with either a tack cloth or a microfiber cloth. That's just going to pick up any little bits of dust on the surface and make sure that doesn't get trapped in your paint. This colour that I'm using is surprisingly one of my favourite colours in the Silk range. It's called Tide Pool. It's a really pretty blue green. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I told you weird things happen when I go live. The brush that I'm using is just the brush that I use to get on the interior of these cubbies. I'm not going to paint these cubbies live because basically my head needs to be pretty much inside the cubby hole to be able to see what I'm doing. And I feel like that would be a really weird live with me having my head in there. But the brush that I use to paint those cubbies, they do need another coat as well. So I'll do that off camera because that just, yeah, it'd just be me with my head here. This is the brush that I used to paint the interior. It's one of the smallest flat brushes that Dixie Belle do. And it basically means that I can just get in all of the corners. It's got a long handle, so it's not one of the ones with the short handle. It's got a long handle. And it just means that I can get in those little cubbies to give it a coat of paint. So that's what I did last night with my head in there. So I'm just going to quickly paint this leather pad with you live, and then I'm going to go. So for those of you that already follow me, you'll probably know this about Silk mineral paint anyway, but Silk mineral paint has got a built-in top coat. So that means you don't have to additionally seal it if you don't want to. If you wanted to, if you want to give extra protection, if it's going on a surface that's going to be used a lot, then you can put another top coat over the top of this. Any of the Dixie Belle clear coats work with this, but this has got a built-in top coat, so it is really, really durable. I've used it outside a lot, and it's held up fantastically. I've actually painted quite a few things outside, but I've painted my garden gate a couple of years ago, and it's held up really, really well. So that's wintered. That's had 2 British winters outside that garden gate, and I didn't put an additional top coat over it. So that just goes to show how durable that the paint is. I'm just going to move you over here. It's also got a built-in stain blocking primer as well, which means you don't need to prime your pieces separately, unless you've got something that is a really heavy bleeder, maybe like mahogany or something. But for the majority of pieces, this actually works really, really well. So that's had 2 coats, and that's all it's going to need. I did give it a light scuff sand, and it was cleaned first. The whole of this desk was cleaned inside and out before I started. And then all I did is scuff sanded the leather and painted it. That's all you need to do to refresh the inside of a bureau. So you can paint leather with Silk paint, which is the one that I'm using now. This is the all-in-one mineral paint with the built-in primer, the built-in top coat, or their original range, which I don't have to hand, it's all on the shelving over there, which is the chalk mineral paint. And that does need sealing because it's quite a matte finish. But you can paint leather with either of those 2 products to give it a refresh. So that's what I'm up to this week. And I need to now paint the cubbies. Like I said, I'm going to do that off camera. But if you want to see how this bureau turns out, if you want to see how I finished it and all the rest of things, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Watch out for the video towards the end of this week or at the weekend, just depends when I can get it edited. And that's it. I feel like this live went okay. It wasn't too bad. I was on for 20 minutes. Not too bad, not too bad. Let me know also, I know there's not a huge amount of people watching because it's quite early in the morning here in the UK. So most people are probably at work. But let me know if you want to do any more lives, because I do enjoy talking to you all, and I enjoy the banter. So if you want to see me do any more lives on YouTube, just let me know in the comments. Let me know. That's all from me today, folks. Have a lovely day. Bye.